This is how to get in shape fast.
If you want to drop this,
start eating more of these.
you might.
Can you believe that? All right, let's get this show on the road. Sorry for the long intro, guys. Original OC with you, special New Year's Day edition of the program. It is Wednesday, the 1st of January, 2025. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year to the watch community. Hope everyone had a fantastic New Year's Eve, fantastic New Year's Day celebration. Let's see. By the way, no New Year's resolutions allowed on tonight's show. Do not come on the panel and do not type any New Year's resolutions in the chat. New Year's resolutions are made to be broken. They don't last. They only last about 4 weeks. So don't make any resolutions. But you can do other things in the chat, but no New Year's resolutions allowed. Hey, we got Mathis in the chat. What's up, Mathis? Co-CEO of the Watch Colony Channel Network. What's up? Got Logan Hall's Grill Streams in the chat. Okay, Mathis beat him. No worries, no worries. Hey, we got CQ, the Watch Guy. Happy New Year, everyone. More love, more health, and more success to everyone who reads this. Thank you very much for the holiday well wishes, CQ. And huge shout out to David SW, by the way, who provided me with the entire 2025 Rolex price list. All the prices rolled over on at the stroke of midnight. And so now all the new prices have been reflected on Rolex.com. Yeah, but listen, we knew what all the prices were a couple of weeks in advance. Thank you to our good friends at David SW. If anyone wants to jump on the panel, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Feel free to jump on. The one person who gave a New Year's resolution, who I'm allowed to, who I will vocalize their resolution, and that person was Audemars Piguet Chief Executive Officer Ilaria Resta. And she did make a New Year's resolution, my understanding is, to turn AP around and get AP back in the Holy Trinity. So listen, I wish her the best. Shout out to Ilaria Resta, who made a New Year's proclamation. She did issue a New Year's resolution, and her resolution was to, guys, I promise to turn Audemars Piguet around. I will turn it around. I will get AP back into the Holy Trinity. Do we believe her? Do we think she will? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Jump on the panel to discuss. I think it'll be a tough job. But if she listens to this channel and she listens to the Watch Colony channel and she listens to the expert watch collectors that we have in the chat, I think there's a good chance that she can turn it around and she can get AP back in everyone's good graces and, God willing, actually get AP back into the Holy Trinity again. But I don't know, the odds are stacked against her. Julius Caesar in the chat. What's up, Julius? Good to have you here. Got Jen G in the chat. Happy New Year. What's up, Jen G? We've got JDMTL upvoted. Happy New Year to all. Let's get to 10 likes, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Let's get to 10 likes. We got Buckley. No resolutions allowed. Sorry. Please strike. Bleed, guys, moderators. delete that comment. Thank you. Thank you, guys. That comment has been deleted. No New Year's resolutions allowed. So please do not type any New Year's resolutions. Logan Hall's Grill Stream is my New Year's resolution. Sorry. Moderators, please remove that comment from the stream. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for that. Guys, no New Year's resolutions. No woke bullshit on this program. We're starting fresh. It's 2025, guys. It's no holds barred. It's take no prisoners. It's zero tolerance. This is the year of the collector. This is the year of the enthusiast. We're not going to take any fucking shit from the 80s or the brands, okay? I proclaim to you that 2025 is the year of the collector. Hey, we got Doc Mick in Florida in the chat. Hello and Happy New Year to all. By the way, Doc Mick in Florida, I'm coming to Florida. I can't tell you exactly when, but I will be there pretty damn soon. I'm coming down to, I don't want to say. I'm coming down to Florida. How about that? Florida. I'm coming to Florida, guys. We are assembling a posse for Florida. And I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to get out of this weather and into the sun. And I'm going to hang out with some really, really, really cool people. Looking forward to it. Hey, No Biggie Sal is in the chat. Happy New Year, everyone. No Biggie Sal is a member here. Thank you for being a member. And he was the first member ever of the original OC channel. Happy New Year, buddy. Thank you so much for all of your support. Do not type any New Year's resolutions in the chat. If you come on the panel, don't express any New Year's resolutions. You can express opinions about what's going on, but do not proclaim any resolutions. That's right, Woke Piguet. That's their new nickname for 2025, unless Ilaria Resta stops resting and turns that fucking AP ship around, puts an end to those fucking embarrassing collaborations, and they got to get a handle on their customer experience. They got to treat customers better, and they got to start giving customers what they want. You know, this notion, you know, they've got to turn it around, or else they will sink. Listen, they've already been humiliated and disgraced. Best of luck turning it around. We're here to help. We have the best ideas in the business, but they have to listen. If someone from AP wants to jump on the panel, link is pinned at the top of the chat. Hey, we got JDMTL, $2.79 Canadian highlighted comment. Beautiful light blue. Much appreciated, OC. Thank you. Well, thank you, JD. Thank you for being the first super chat of the night. And listen, I don't care about super chats. I care about memberships, but I want you to become members because you want to, not because I'm pushing it. So listen, guys, 2025 is the year where we're going to give back. We're going to give back bigger and better than we ever have before. But we're also going to take care of number one. We're going to take care of us, the collectors, the enthusiasts, and we're going to look out for each other. And we're going to get. We're back in the driver's seat, guys. We're back in the fucking driver's seat, and no one is going to push us around. That's what I say for 2025. Hey, we got Nashville in the chat. Mr. Tudor to you, representing Nashville, Tennessee, along with Logan Hall, by the way. We got two people representing Nashville in the chat. Nashville strong, baby. OC starting fresh. Let's see how long it takes for Tudor shenanigans and bashing. No, we're not going to do that. Come on. Mr. Tudor to you. We're not going to be engaged in any reckless shenanigans or unnecessary bashing on today's program. Nope. Hey, we got Green Machine who wants into the Spartan Meatheads group. Buckley, Take care of that for Green Machine. That's not my group, so I can't tell anybody what to do. But Buckley, if you want to add him, Buckley runs that with an iron fist. I'm not going to make it. He added me yesterday. I'm not going to make it, guys. Let's just be honest. I lost a lot of weight over the past year, and I'm proud of that. But I'm just not like a workout guy. Plus, at my age, like let's be honest, I'm 54. There's like a greater chance that I'll actually injure myself at the gym than actually help myself. So I'm probably going to get kicked out within the next 24 hours. But Green Machine, I know you will do a fantastic job. Good luck to you. Look at this, Buckley adding Green Machine now. Cool. Green Machine, Buckley, jump on the panel. Anybody's welcome to jump on the panel tonight. Can AP turn it around? Can AP get themselves back in everyone's good graces and ultimately back into the Holy Trinity? I don't know. But we definitely have a plan. The people in this chat, by the way, if you saw the incredible debate between Boston Collector, Buckley, and Diego on one of the previous live streams a couple days ago, man, that was fireworks. Really, really good stuff. I would go back and watch that. I highly recommend it. Hey, got Ryan Singer in Puerto Rico. Ryan Singer representing Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. Hey, Ryan Singer upvoted. Thanks, guys. We have 15 likes, which is pretty phenomenal. Thank you guys for liking the live stream. And look at this. We got BW in the chat. He's in Florida. I'm heading down to Florida, BW. South Florida. We're going to have a good time. I can't say the exact date because I don't want to give away the plans, but I'm doing 4 days in Florida coming up. We're hitting all the good stuff. Private streams, guys, private streams, private events, all kinds of good stuff. Happy New Year, everyone. Guys, if you're a member of the OC channel, please click on the currency icon next to the chat. You may have a free member milestone chat. Be sure to use it before you lose it. And make sure you use it, guys. BW, I really appreciate the support. Member for 4 months. Has this channel even been on for 4 months? How is that even possible? That's incredible. Thanks, BW. Really appreciate your support. This is a special members-only stream, by the way. Private stream tonight for members only. So, shh, be quiet. Be careful. Don't tell anybody. Look at this, Jonathan Smith. The OC 2025 is your year. This is everybody's year. I think 2025 is our year. It is our year. We're going to do it this year. I think 2025 is going to be transformative for this community. I think we're taking our community back. We're taking it back. Holy shit. Green Machine says, Buckley, put me down this year. I'm losing 80 pounds. Wow, that is incredible. That's not a resolution, guys. That is not a New Year's resolution. That is something a lot more powerful. Green Machine, we got your back, man. We are in your corner. We got your back 100%. Buckley is a great mentor. So join the group and Buckley will look after you. Best of luck to you. We got Chris J in the chat. We got Billy Jeans in the chat as well. Billy Jean says, cycling and jogging a few miles a day is what older fellas should be doing. It's about heart health and lowering that cholesterol. Yeah, lowering the bad cholesterol. I can't do cycling or jogging. I just don't want to put stress on the knees or hips. I know that sounds a little wimpy, but hey, I do tennis. I'm doing tennis 2 nights a week. So that's enough kind of physical torment on the limbs there. Hey, we've got Alex Wristwatchholic in the chat. Happy New Year, everyone. We have 40 people watching the stream. That's awesome. 40 people. They said we wouldn't last. They said we wouldn't last 2 weeks. And here we are, 3 weeks later with 40 people watching. That will teach them a lesson. They tried to do us in. They tried to ruin us. They tried to take us down, and we wouldn't let them. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to all our friends on the West Coast. West Coast, including Alex. Logan Hall says, OC, does Mathis have a cougar waiting for you in a hot tub when you arrive? I don't know if I want one of Mathis's cougars waiting for me. Guys, do not type in any New Year's resolutions in the chat. That is a way to get your comment removed. All New Year's resolutions will be deleted from the chat. Do not type in any New Year's resolutions. So no, I don't want a cougar waiting for me. I am looking forward to the gold star, red carpet, white glove, velvet rope treatment when I get to the area where I'm going in Florida. Mathis is our colony ambassador, colony president for the state of Florida. And so I do expect to see him. But no, I don't expect it to be greeted by cougars. Got Nathan, Collector Invest in the chat. What's up, Nathan? Good to see you. We got Diego baiting him to give him the New Year's resolution. Don't do that. It's a trick. It's a trick. He just wants to do that to ban you. We've got MJ in the chat, 2025. What's up, MJ? 2025 will be the year of AP for the colony. Remember, you can't spell code without OC. That's true. You do need an O and a C to spell code. Actually, you need a C and an O, but let's not get technical. Good to see MJ in the chat. 40 people watching. Let's get to 20 likes. 20 likes. Got D Wood in the chat. D Wood is always in the chat. Should I just give D Wood like a wrench? Should we just make guys, do you think D Wood should be a moderator? I think D Wood's a cool guy. Type 1 in the chat if you think it's cool to make D Wood a moderator here on the original OC channel. If we get a few ones in the chat, let's do it. A watch industry is unique, resolutely refusing to make more of what sells well, what people want. Will 2025 be different? Yeah, that's a good point. I think 2025, these guys better start fucking making what we want. That's the only way these companies like AP are going to turn it around and get back in our good graces. Congratulations, D Wood. You're now a moderator on the original OC channel. Let's see. Looks like Collector Invest was tricked into offering his resolution in the chat. Not good. Not good. Do not, under any circumstances, enter anything that says my resolution is. That comment will be removed with lightning speed and efficiency. So don't even think about it. Hey, look at this. We got Jock in the chat. Jock, morning OC. And Happy New Year's to you and yours. And also Happy New Year's to the chat. It's good to see Jock in the chat. Hope you are doing well. Best holiday wishes, best New Year's wishes to you and Mrs. Jock in Abu Dhabi. I met Jock in person. A hell of a nice guy. I met him in London back in last year, I can say, back in the summer of 2024. And it's cool meeting Jock in person. He made me breakfast. He made me a traditional, like, British breakfast. He made the whole house breakfast. Cool guy, cool guy. It's good. It's about meeting people in person and the connections, guys. It really is fun. It really is fun meeting up with people in person, putting faces to the names and to the characters and personalities that we play on the panels. Buckley says, Happy New Year, Jock. I can echo that. I echo that sentiment. Happy New Year to Jock and everybody. Evan G, he's got a prescription for AP to turn things around. They should just quadruple Royal Oak production. That'll bring the brand back from the brink of death. I don't know if they can quadruple. I just think they need to do a better job allocating. What do you guys think? Hey, we got Jen G in the chat. She says, has Rolex finally shot themselves in the foot with their price increases this year? You know, I actually want to hear from you guys. Traditionally, when retailers raise prices, that means that gray prices go up. I've heard from some people, including a couple of gray dealers, that they think gray prices are actually going to go down, which is kind of counterintuitive. But I mean, I'm curious to see what your predictions are, not your resolutions, but your predictions. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that by jacking up the prices of gold pieces, for example, by 7 to 14%, that the prices in gray are actually going to stay there or they're going to go down? There's actually some theories that posit that they may be forcing prices to go down because they're going to drive down demand from the ADs. People like Rolex and other people who are doing ridiculous draconian price increases. But hey, I'm not an expert. I've only been in this hobby for like 4 or 5 months. So what do I know? Let's see who else. God, we have 45 people watching. Guys, whoever is watching right now, type in a comment in the chat. I want to say hi to you. I want to say hi to every single person. I want to wish every single person watching a happy new year. If you can't type in the chat, it means that you're probably blocked. And you should be asking yourself, what did you do to deserve to be blocked? Hey, look at this. Air King Ben. Fucking legend. Absolute fucking legend of the community in the chat. All the best in 2025. Air King Ben from Australia. Man, there's no cooler guy than Air King Ben. I hope you're doing well, brother. If anybody wants to jump on the panel, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. For those of you who are lazy, I'll drop it here in the chat. Awesome to see Air King Ben. Happy New Year, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year to you, and keep those great posts coming on Instagram. You and the cigars, you and the kids, you and the family. Great, great stuff. So that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Evan G says, nah, since the steel only went up like 1%, I don't think they're that impactful. It's a kick in the dick for folks buying precious metal watches, but that's a small minority of Rolex buyers. Is it really? Is it a small minority? I don't know. I think the precious metal watches, the gold Datejust, the gem set bezel watches make up about 70, 80% of the revenue. Jock says, yeah, it was a good time for sure. Yeah, we had a great time in London. Great time in London. Shout out to, I met Marcelo in London. Dodger was there. Jamie was there. Marcelo and Mrs. Marcelo, Mommy, and just a good time. Good time. Red Shovel was there. Thomas Burnett, the great Thomas Burnett. Muhammad Ali. I met Bufaris. I met so many people. So many people. I met Andy Binns. I met like 50 people in London earlier this year. Air King Ben wishes everybody all the best in 2025. I love that. I love that. Yeah, we got Gatsby in the chat. I love Gatsby. Gatsby is one of the mega supporters of this channel. I really appreciate all your support, Gatsby. Gatsby is a senior advisor. He's a campaign senior advisor, which is like, it's like a $500 a month level. So it's absolutely insane, his support for the channel. Huge props to Gatsby, guys. This will be the year that brands like Audemars Piguet, Vacheron Constantin, and Lange, who have shut down successful dealer networks to go to their boutique-only distribution, will realize the horrible mistake they've made. Ooh. Gatsby with a bold prediction for 2025 there. Yeah, I think this will be a year of reckoning for some brands, for sure. And we got Alex who says, "Have you guys checked the new solid gold Daytona prices yet?" Yeah, we've known about the prices for the last 2 weeks already. We were the first channel to leak the memo to the retailers. We were the first live stream to get a hold of the price list and present it on a live stream. So we've reviewed all the prices. Yeah, solid gold Daytonas moving up to $50,000 now. $50,000 for rose gold and white gold Daytonas with the gold bracelets. And if you want, by the way, one of those diamond dial ones, I don't want to say ugly. I don't want to offend anybody who has one of those diamond dials. Not diamond baguette. I'm just talking about the regular brilliant diamond dials. Those are now $52,500. Yep. Unclog your ears, guys. That's what I said. $52,500 for a gold Daytona. So yeah, we've checked the prices. It is definitely sticker shock. Sticker shock for sure. What else is going on, guys? Anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything at all? But just don't make it a resolution. Green Machine in the chat says the day-date price is making me rethink if I want one. Green Machine, could you just remind me again which particular configuration in which you are interested? Because I'm happy to pull it up. We'd like to be able to check out that model and pull it up, and we can talk about it. I think it's Day-Date 40. Was it yellow gold with a green dial or the green ombre dial? Just let me know in the chat. Green Machine. Evan G says, quote, "I'm not going to call..." Hey, come on. You're trying to bait me. Trying to bait me into calling ugly watches ugly. I don't want to offend anyone that likes them. No, I don't want to offend anybody on this show tonight. Let's not offend anybody. But it is a private stream, special members only stream tonight. It's a private stream. So we can say whatever we want. It's going to go members only. Actually, it's probably going to we'll make it public. How about that? We make it public for 24 hours. Then we take it members only. Billie Jean says, "I'm assuming the retail price hike in the precious metals The secondary, we will see a similar price increase. Question mark. Well, that's the debate. That is the debate. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if prices will go up or down in secondary. I think there is a theory that these incredible price increases will actually drive down demand, make those watches unsellable to some extent, and will actually drive gray market prices lower. Gatsby in the chat says, based on some info that I've heard from inside the Richemont boutique groups, they've put many in malls. It's not working out nearly as well as they hoped. I wouldn't think so. I think there's something to be said for multi-brand retailers. Multi-brand retailers have a lot more flexibility, especially when you have Rolexes that are very difficult to get. You can steer customers to Cartier, you can steer customers to IWC, to Panerai, to Breitling, to JLC, and you don't have the flexibility when you've created an IWC store and all you have in that store is IWC. I can't think of a reason to go into an IWC store. Do you? Can you think of any reason? I mean, come on, who's going to go into a fucking Panerai boutique? I mean, I've gone in those places. They're fucking ghost towns. They are absolute ghost towns. Even here in the biggest city, the biggest, best city in the world, New York City, you can go into Blancpain, it's fucking empty. You can go into Breguet, it's empty. Panerai, empty. IWC, empty. Hublot, empty. So I think this whole idea of paying for mono brand boutiques is ill-founded. They have to turn it around. Hey, we got Sean from Los Angeles in the chat. Happy New Year to all my friends in the colony. Hey, happy New Year to all our friends on the West Coast, all our friends in LA. What's up, Sean? Sean is a member, by the way. Thank you, Sean, for being a member of the Original OC channel. Much appreciated. Gatsby says, Rolex made the decision. You can let yourself on whenever you want. Rolex made the decision to shift their market position upwards. Doing so always means abandoning some market share. We'll have to see what the wealth distribution of their clients is. Yeah. Are you more likely now to pay $4,000 more for a day date and $5,000 more for a Daytona today than you were yesterday? I'm not so sure. Buckley, feel free to jump in anytime. Just don't offer any New Year's resolutions, please. We're doing a resolution-free zone tonight.
All right.
Cool. I mean, opinions good, proclamations, but no resolution. Corrado Galicia, 2025 could be the year of quiet luxury. What do you mean, Corrado? What do you mean by quiet? If quiet means not buying anything and being far more particular and discerning and descriptive about what you buy and being far more particular and demanding, yeah, it could be quiet because I'm not planning on buying a lot of pieces. I don't know about you, Buckley. Are you planning on buying a lot of pieces?
No, I got like 3 in mind, but I would never buy all 3. They're all moves. If something happens, this would happen. If this thing happened, another thing would happen. I'm not buying all 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I said that to my SA last year. I said, listen, I'm not buying a platinum Daytona and something from AP and something from Patek Philippe. I said, you guys, in a way, are competing. And they kind of said, oh, yeah. But if I offer you this, you'll buy it. And I might have. But my resources are, nobody has unlimited resources. Nobody has, we have finite budgets on how much we want to spend on watches. So if you were to be offered 3 $50,000 watches this year, you might not be able to do it because that's a lot of money to pour into watches in 1 year. Fair enough.
Yeah. there's two sides of the coin here. One of them, I'll go with the Boston collector side of the coin. There's enough whales, and the brands are smart enough to continue to sell to these whales because the whales don't care. They'll buy anything and everything. So none of it will matter. That's his side of the coin. I think the complete opposite. All I see is people pulling back. I haven't seen anyone continue to buy.
And Rich,
buy, it's for something that they deem to be better. And we did a little case study in our group. The only person that has held on to all their watches is MJ.
Yeah, everybody else has sold or is consolidating. By the way, shout out to you guys, the watch community watching this channel. We're now the #1 rated live stream on YouTube right now. Thank you very much, guys. It's pretty awesome. We got Boston Collector in the chat. What's up, Boston Collector? We've got Els in the chat. He asks, what monobrand boutiques do you believe are sustainable? And the answer is Rolex and Patek Philippe and Richard Mille. Those are, and AP. But even AP is all direct. AP is all direct. So like they're making billions of more money over several year period because they moved to a direct model and they're not giving the retailers 40% cut anymore. So those four are great. Other than that, I think if you have a monobrand boutique like IWC or Panerai, or I guess Omega is probably safe too. I
mean, none of them are going out of business. Well, that's not true. I think there's a couple of brands that might actually go out of business, but none of the real big ones are going out of business. The whole thing is the journey is dead because it's not profitable. People only take a journey if it's profitable and they feel like they're winning. They get a good end of a deal. And the fact of the matter is, the Holy Trinity, there is no journey in the Holy Trinity that is profitable and worth it right now, which means they will have to continue to find people that don't care and will spend the money, or for instance, with Patek, Calatravas will go back into the case. Royal Oaks will go back into the case. A place like Watches of Switzerland that carries Vacheron will be allowed to sell Blue Dial overseas again. IWC just made that move, by the way. All the Angenours, the Lake Tahoes, the Mojaves, all the limited edition stuff that was boutique only. Yep. They shipped it all to Bucher and Watches of Switzerland. You could go in there and buy it all right now.
Yep. And it's available.
It's available. So, Grand Seiko is probably doing the same thing. No one really pays attention to Grand Seiko. And by the way, OC, their boutique on Madison Avenue is closed due to water damage. Water damage apparently fucked up the entire place, and boutique is shut down as of now.
Wow. It's a big deal.
But, we can go every single brand we can go through. Even Rolex, it's not really worth it. Really depends on what you want.
Yeah, Rolex is not worth it right now.
The issue that I have with Rolex, it's not that I actually don't have an issue with Rolex. The issue I have with Rolex people are the ones that say the only two watches that interest me are the Daytona and the GMT. How is that even possible? Have you ever even seen a fucking Rolex? Have you ever looked at all of them next to each other? Really, the only thing in the case that does anything for you happens to be over retail, steel GMTs, steel Daytonas, and Oyster Flex Daytonas? That's it? Really? The watches that were shitters for 5 decades that nobody wanted? Nobody wanted these watches. When they would walk in, they'd win the lottery, they'd build a company, they'd become an athlete. They would never leave with those watches. But for you, you're unique. Your brain is unique. The only watch you want is a Daytona or a GMT.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Bullshit. They all look the same.
Bullshit.
You walk into a boutique and you say, "Oh, I would like a Batman or a Daytona." They know what you're doing. They're not stupid.
I watched a guy not too long ago walk in and say, put me down. Can I get on the list for a day? Can I get on the list for a GMT? And the manager said, "Which one?" And he said, "Any of them." Yeah, you're not setting off any fucking red flags.
I mean,
the guy,
you don't have any preference at all between black and gray, green, red, or blue. I mean, come on.
Guy was in his mid-50s. He looked exactly like Cars and Chrono, like to a T. Was wearing a suit with no tie, Ferragamo shoes. Right? He didn't look like a scrub.
Nope. Didn't look like a flipper.
Well, I don't even know if he was a flipper. I just think that we want what you can't have is so ingrained into watch collecting that it has people like him who, he's probably I don't know what the fuck he is. Maybe he's a CPA or something. It has people like him talking like that.
Well, I think now that you presented it like that, I'm more likely to believe that maybe he just wants any GMT, and he thought, and he didn't think, like, he's not familiar with the lingo of like how that might be perceived by a sales associate.
But nobody does that. You don't walk into a car dealer and say, "Hey, I want a BMW M5 or whatever. I want
what trim? Oh, any trim. Yeah,
well, any color, any trim." What? No, nobody does that. This is a $10,000 Rolex watch we're talking about here. So at this point in the game, you're really setting off flags if you're walking in doing that, especially with everything on exhibition. And now they actually have good stuff on exhibition. Exhibition used to suck. It was like 2 Datejust. It was Black Sub. It was like a Batgirl, right? That's it. A couple of OPs maybe. Now they got fucking everything. I mean, you go to Time Machine, you go to Wempe, they got Oyster Flex Daytonas, they got Precious Metal Day Dates, they got, both Explorer 2s, they got the Explorer 1, they got like 5 Datejusts available, 5 more in exhibition. Like, you go through all of that. You made an appointment and you sat with the SA and you went through all of that. You never owned a Rolex. And you leave with, yeah, the only thing that interests me is a Sprite. And you called a Sprite on the appointment. Yeah, okay. Okay, fuckface.
You're not fooling anybody. Huge shout out to Trap Vision 3D in the chat. What's up, Trap Vision? Happy New Year, good people. Good to see you. Diego M has a comment here. Let me pull up. SAs don't care about, I'm only going to buy one watch. When the watch you're asking for, they can sell to 100 people. Sad but true. Also, love that my term whale has been adopted so easily. Yeah,
whale's been around for
term whales being, whale is a someone who buys is a heavy spender.
Yeah, I mean, you can use it. Diego's high right now. I think he worked out too hard.
It's possible.
OC, the thing is, like I said, the thing is with Rolex, the reason why it's different. Number one, when you walk in and you're looking for Rolex DNA, okay? What do I mean by Rolex DNA? You want an oyster case and you want your bezel to rotate or have a fluted, whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay?
The watches look the same since 1955. They all look, yeah.
So you're walking in, you never bought a Rolex. You want one of those. You want something. Well, it's easy for them to guide you to something. You're going to get the DNA. The only fucking thing that they're going to sell you that you're going to leave thinking, why do I have this, is a 1908. There's nothing about a 1908 where you think it's a Rolex. But you can find something. Plus, they don't sell journeys. They don't sell that. They don't sell exclusivity. They just say, this is the way it is. Deal with it. Many of the boutiques are family jewelers. They don't even have a place to sit. It's a fucking, 8-foot long counter with a little mirror and the Rolex logo behind it. right? So it's like this is not really a big thing. Holy Trinity. Oh boy. Holy Trinity is a completely different story. I think Vacheron has abandoned the whole overseas thing. They have to have by now. I mean, there's nothing in Vacheron. There's nothing in Vacheron. Literally nothing. Just the blue overseas, and even that is probably dicey.
Yeah, Vacheron is sinking fast. They were the last Holy Trinity brand to benefit at all from the hype.
Right.
Overseas sold under retail, even up until like 2020.
Right.
I mean,
but if you go into Patek and you are one of those people that you're like, I just want a Nautilus, you're fucked. I think that's the issue people have with AP is most people find AP through the Royal Oak, and all they want is a steel Royal Oak. And AP says, well, if you really want to watch, you're going to have to buy one that looks nothing like what you want. And by the way, out the door, it's 40 grand. No, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Like literally go fuck yourself. That's their problem. I couldn't really disagree with him the other day as I was in between shit. But I mean, it's the undeniable truth. Most people, and they know this. OC, they know this. Most people that walk into AP, they just want a steel Royal Oak. The only thing they want from the brand is a Royal Oak. They don't even know the code exists. That's how they find it. They find it through the Royal Oak. They want the gray dial, the blue dial, black, silver. That's it. And you know what? If they buy it, they will probably never buy another AP ever again.
makes it very difficult to buy another one because these are expensive. And once you get the one that represents the DNA of the brand,
yeah.
How many of those are going to? There are crazy collectors out there that love getting 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. God bless them. But those guys typically started their journeys way before this nonsense. When they could go in, they could have 5, 10 watches in front of them, and they could pick whatever one they wanted, and they'd probably get a discount.
They can't even sell the journey on those guys. That's the thing. Because, we try and talk about this all the time, and you have to really think from a salesman's point of view, right? If a guy comes in that got a blue dial, this Royal Oak right here, he got this in 2017, and you sold it to him at a 15% discount, and he comes back, what are you going to say? Good luck. Try to sell him a code. Let me know how that works out.
Yeah, very, very tough. Shout out to Keslowitz in the chat. We got Corrado Galicia there. Julius Caesar. We got Watch It's Brian. Happy New Year to all. This got Andy Lewis, who unboxed a fucking Cubitus on the stream just a couple of weeks ago. Hope he's doing well. Hope you're doing well, Andy. Good to have you here. The panel is open if you want to join Buckley. If you want to refute Buckley,
it's irrefutable. It's irrefutable. The gig is up. The prices don't lie. Secondary prices don't lie. People's experiences don't lie. If you have 10 people saying the same thing and you're the 11th saying something different, you're the exception, not the 10. And unfortunately for AP, we got 10 people. 11, 12, and 13 are up in Boston. And then 14 through 100 are back in the country with the same issue. So out of 100, you got 3 people that are willing to say something different. Yeah.
I think the problem with AP too is, and we were talking about this, is, listen, I have the silver one, but they have other colors too. But let's say the green and the green and the blue are hard to get. Okay, you know what? But they also have, they have gray and black, right? Listen, so I think your prescription is, listen, if someone comes in and wants a Royal Oak and they say, listen, I want a blue Royal Oak. Well, you know what? Fuck you. But how about this? Yeah. And in a couple of months, you call the guy up. You've tried to sell him the code. You tried to sell him a diver. You tried to sell him an offshore. Nothing's working. Then at that point, you know what? Don't lose the guy. Just offer him a gray one. And if the guy doesn't bite at that, then he's foolish, because You're getting a watch that represents the DNA of the brand. Is it the dial you want? No, but you have to compromise. You have to understand that maybe you don't get the blue
Right,
dial.
right. If I go into Rolex and I say I want the black GMT, whatever, and they say, it's a complication, it's a more rare complication. If you're looking for something, similar, and they pull out a no date sub, they're working with you. The untrained eye, it looks the same, right? And you know what? You might try it on and go, oh shit, I didn't know how good this was, right?
Mm-hmm.
AP, you walk in right now, and it's like, yeah, I'd love a Royal Oak. They don't even say, like, here's the 2 of the 5. Out of the 5 colors, there's 1 or 2 that we might be able to do. They're like, no, go buy the other thing that's more expensive and looks nothing like it. People try to compare it to Patek. Patek, you're supposed to walk in and say, hi, I'd like a dress watch, please. I'd like a complication, please. You're not supposed to go in and ask for a Nautilus. They don't even produce that many compared to what all the other things they produce. It's 15%. Aquanaut and Nautilus make up 15%, allegedly, of the whole catalog. So when you walk in and you say that, they're like, we're fucking Patek Philippe. We've been around for a few hundred years. Nobody ever did this before 5 years ago. Get out. Like, we don't need you for that. You're supposed to ask for a dress watch. That's why we're here. That's why all these watches, see them? They're all on leather straps. You're a smart fella. You could figure this out. But that's not the case for AP. I don't know why this is so fucking hard for people to understand. It's very simple. Maybe you should, people need to read up on the history of the Holy Trinity, I think, because people don't fucking understand the history.
Brian, welcome to the show.
I'd like to dispute everything that Buckley said, except some of it's right.
I'm going to get a drink. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in like 3 minutes, but carry on. Thanks.
Yeah. So what's going on, Buckley? I disavowed the AD game last January. Yeah, I was done.
You don't have any you have a different reason because you don't really have access, right? At this point, what do you have access to? Rolex?
Well, no, at this point I have access. Yeah, Rolex only. But keep in mind, in the past, you
had Patek, right, in the wheelhouse. So you could have.
I had Patek. I'm still working that line, but I've got very limited wants from Patek at retail. Yeah. And it's the hard to get stuff, and it's not going to happen. But keep in mind, when I was actively engaged with my 2 ADs in Charlotte, I was the first one to unbox a left-hand drive on a live stream. I got the Meteorite Pepsi. I got a Sky Dweller. I got a root beer. And now down here in Orlando, I got the Guinness. It was a year after it came out? So the Rolex ADs I've been fine with. Honestly, Rolex hasn't come out with anything that I'm willing to go down there and knock on their door for, because I'm not one of those people that just wants to walk in and, I just want to buy a new Rolex. What do you got?
That's done with anyway. I mean, it's just not a thing anymore, and they're not even trying to make it a thing. I went to a retailer. I bought a Patek strap, a new strap for the Patek. And I went to a Patek retailer who I've never shopped with before. They have Rolex, they have everybody. They're one of the biggest, in New York. And they were asking me to get on the list for Rolex.
Yeah.
They were pressing me, Brian, pressing me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can just feel it. And listen, not to shit on any other states, but I'm in the #1 city. There's more wealth in this city than anywhere else in the country.
You're also in the top of the pipeline, and your pipeline has gotten over. Your pipeline has filled up with supply now, and it'll start trickling down to the secondary and third ranking markets soon.
I think right now we don't know because no one's tried it out in a long time. But I think if anyone has any trips this winter booked to the Caribbean, the islands, maybe Europe, you're going to be really surprised at what they bring out. Really shocked. I mean, I know if you fly to Milan or Rome right now, you know, when I was there, each one of them had 6 to 8 Rolex and 2, 3 APs. I could only imagine those numbers have doubled, if not tripled, with these price increases. Unless that's just for the U.S. I don't know if the price increase is just for the U.S.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't see. To me, this is all very, very clear. I don't understand why there's confusion or a debate about it. It's going back to the way it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good thing.
Yep.
But people are pretending like it's a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing. It's fantastic.
And by the way, if someone's coming in asking for a GMT or a Daytona, when they get offered a Datejust, a steel Datejust for $10,800, okay, so maybe they don't get offered the one with the fluted bezel. Maybe they get offered one with the Oyster instead of the Jubilee. I get it; those aren't as nice looking. But I almost feel like the AD is doing them a service by directing them to a watch that's a far better watch for them. A lot of these guys, they don't know what they're doing. They're coming in, they're asking for a watch just because it goes for over retail, or fucking Forbes tells them that they should only ask for the GMT.
Exactly.
And what they should be, if they get offered a watch like this, a Jubilee with a fluted bezel, with a black dial or a gray, they should fucking kiss the 80s ass, count their lucky stars, and just buy it and be happy, because they're actually getting a fucking great watch at a great price.
The issue, OC, is a lot of the ADs have had people come in and out over the last 5 years, 10 years, right? So you have a lot of fresh faces, people that are new, and they're used to the way that it is. So they're not realizing. But all the old school people that have been in the game 10 years or longer, they have, especially if you have a guy like your friend over there on Billionaires Row, who's been in the industry for like 40 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
People coming in now that say, hey, I'm 28, 27, 31, whatever. I've never owned a Rolex. I'd like to buy my first Rolex for such and such reason. I graduated medical school. I passed the bar, wedding, whatever.
I can't get a girlfriend. I need something flashy.
Right. Exactly. If the next thing that comes out of that guy's mouth is anything other than a color and a combination of a Rolex that fits the description of what people would ask for the last 5 decades, anything other, you're a red flag, and they know you're bullshit. You don't ask for a green bezel sub. You're getting married, you're going to wear a tuxedo? What the fuck are you asking for that for? I know that we had Hulks. They sat in the case because nobody wanted a green watch. Men wanted a black watch. So we already know you're lying. We already know you're full of shit. Nobody came in asking for a Pepsi. It was discontinued for 12 years. You guys know that, right? There was no fucking Pepsi available from 2006 to 2018. What? You think Rolex couldn't sell them or whatever? No, nobody wanted them. Oh, yeah. I just graduated medical school. The only thing I really, really want from Rolex is I want a fucking rose gold chronograph on a rubber strap. What? Get out of the store. You're a moron. Rethink your life. You need something better than that.
Yeah, 2025 will be an interesting year, a year of challenges, both for the retailers, for the brands, and for the collectors. The power is shifting back to us, but we have a responsibility to make the right calls, make the right decisions with our collections and with our journeys. Got CB in the chat. What's up, CB? Kesslowitz, Captain, the best of the best are in the chat tonight. Seb Nelly in the chat. What's up? Yep. So I don't know. So listen, I mean, is it all that bad that you're getting offered a Datejust? Maybe you're getting a phenomenal watch at a great price.
But that's not even the way that they do it, OC, anymore. If you come in and you ask, first of all, if you come in and you ask for a steel GMT only or a steel Daytona, I don't blame the SAs for making you leave, right? Because the gig is up. Everyone knows. But if you're like, hey, I want, I don't know, I want a black sub, right? Or I want the black GMT, the black and gray GMT on Oyster. I want that. And they say, hey, here's a black sub. Or here's an Explorer 2. It's black and it's going. That's probably what they're going to do. I can't imagine they're going to turn around and say, here's a two-tone Datejust fluted bezel. I haven't really heard anyone have that issue. You know who gets offered those watches is the people who walk in open-ended and say, just call me when you have a watch. And then they call, and people say, oh, I didn't ask for that. No, you did. You said call when you have watches. They called. They have 6 watches. You didn't like any of them. You never tried any of them on. You're not an independent thinker. All you know is steel GMT, it's steel Daytona, because you're a follower. But maybe you should go try them on. I'm feeling very hateful tonight, OC. Can you feel it?
No, it's not. I don't sense hate. I actually don't. I just it's actually good advice. It's not even born from frustration. I think frustration is something that maybe people had in the past. I think everybody's beyond frustration. It's like everyone realizes, the jig is up, the games are over. It's like our calm reality is set in. But this idea of Rolex raising prices, it's just like and raising them so much on the gold pieces. It's like, oh yeah, but the cost of gold is so much. It's like, get the fuck out of here. I mean,
cost them nothing.
It doesn't cost them a penny.
They melt their own fucking gold. Stop.
Yeah, they get their raw material gold in, and they smelt their own gold, and they make their own alloys.
I mean, I think a part of it could be the market's so bad on precious metal that if they're going to play this 3-year game where, you go, again, the Boston narrative, which I kind of agree with. I'm like 50% there where he says it's, they're going to control the supply and they're going to control CPO and you're going to want to turn your watch in for 80% or greater what you paid. So it's always going to be a good deal. If they actually intend on doing that, you would have to jump the price substantially on the gold stuff, right? Because the hope is in 3 years from now, if you trade in a 2024, right? If the Daytona is 50 and right now it's 42, well, by then the retail price might be 57. And if you're going to get 80% back, they could probably buy it back for 34. And they'd say, you only paid 40. It's a luxury item. We'll give you 34. We'll offset your tax, get you into a new one. Not a bad deal. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that people hold on. I don't think so. Which Rolexes are people selling? They're selling all the goofy ones. Right? The really collectible stuff they're not selling. And if they are, they never wanted it in the first place to wear. They just wanted it to collect. But all what people would say garbage, I would say good, all the things that you could actually daily wear, people aren't selling that stuff.
CB in the chat says, the watches that I wear the least are the white gold Pepsi, purchased at a 25% discount, and the Audemars Piguet 15202. That's the 39 millimeter jumbo, the ultra thin with a blue dial. That's like a grail. Also purchased around the same time. Those are the watches he wears the least.
Wow.
I had the same. I had a discussion with myself that sounded just like this because remember, OC, we were talking about the white gold day date with Meteorite.
Yep.
And I was looking at that watch and I was going, how many times am I going to wear that each month?
Right.
Is it really worth having that much money locked up into a watch that I might wear once a month? and I decided against it.
Right. No, that's the way I think it's going to continue to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you have to think about it, right? Let's go back to 2015. John Mayer Daytona was sitting in the case around the world, along with the Platinum Daytona. Platinum was because of the price. But the John Mayer was a yellow gold, and the Daytona in yellow gold, specifically, full yellow gold is something special. Not to steal that from Ben Clymer, because that was one of his fucking things in 2023. He did a whole podcast on yellow gold Daytonas. But it is. If you see a yellow gold Daytona from across the room, it's special. But that green color is ugly. It's a Christmas sunburst green with red writing. It is pretty fucking terrible. It's honestly terrible. It is. It's honestly terrible. And nobody wanted it for the right reason. Right? So that's the shit, right? People are selling off their Meteorite Pepsis. They're selling off all this weird stuff. I mean, it's beautiful stuff if you see it in person, but it's also weird. It's like the table may turn where people say, I don't actually want a yellow gold green dial day date. I want a yellow gold white dial day date. Because that's actually the better choice. Because it's fucking white.
So the funny thing is that when I was looking at that Meteorite white gold day date, I was sitting there thinking, how often have I worn my Meteorite Pepsi? Yeah. How often have... Yeah. I've got 2 watches that are specific occasion watches. I can't get a third one. So no, I'm down into more versatile watches. Or yeah, that's not versatile. That's a statement.
It's disgusting, Brian. It's a disgusting watch. Yeah. If you see it in person, it's really gross. It doesn't really matter what you're wearing. The only time this watch looks good is like a white shirt. But, you know, the yellow gold aspect of having a full yellow gold Daytona, that's what looks good. Make that a black dial. It's so much more attractive in a black dial. So much more attractive.
Go ahead and quote me on what I say about all Daytonas.
Yeah, you can't read them, I know.
Yeah. But no,
it's gross. It's a gross watch. And I hope people that have them and have been storing them with the stickers on, I hope you sell them, make some money. But like, you're going to tell me that, because there are people who will die on the hill and say, this is the greatest Daytona that was ever made. It's like, really? Really? So was everybody blind? No, it took the biggest guy that ever walked into watches in 2016. Because in 2016, no one cared at all. Because watch collecting was such a weird, like, Reddit group thing. You had a huge musician come who finally sat down with Ben Clymer. He didn't even know what to fucking make of it. He was probably shell-shocked, like, holy shit, John Mayer. And he said a few words on the watch, and it took off.
Yeah. And he actually doesn't like the fact that watch is associated with him. You know?
Doesn't even wear it anymore.
Yeah.
Try to find a photo of him in 2023, 2024 wearing this watch. You will find AP and sometimes Patek. Elegant too. He's been rocking the Elegant a lot. But it's pretty much all AP. You know why? He's fucking employed by AP now.
I get it. Like, green is like this watch has a couple things going for it. Number one, yeah, the John Mayer connection. Number two, it is Rolex. Green is Rolex's color. Number three, it was kind of an anniversary model. And number four, it's discontinued. So it does have those things going for it. It does. Price, though. It has fallen, but it's still 70,000 in secondary, which is phenomenal for a watch that was about 30,000 at retail. So, but it was at one point over $100,000. Yeah.
Unworn 120. When it was 30, when it was 38,000 retail. It was 120 on the gray market in 2021. But I mean, you can't really sit here like, okay, I want one Rolex, right? This is why
that's not the one. That's not the one.
Nobody ever walked into Rolex in I don't know when the watch came out. 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16. No one ever walked in and said, you know what? Everything's in the case? Yes, sir, everything's in the case. So you could try on 100 watches today. Because at a place like Wempe, back in the day, you could literally try on 100 fucking watches. No one left with this watch. Why would you? Are you weird? What are you, a fucking leprechaun? Leprechaun race car driver? Why?
Oh, hold on.
Why would you leave
Brian.
this watch? I mean, am I crazy, OC? Or like, are people? Because I don't really see people arguing against the chat. We get 70 people.
No, you got a lot of people like railing against it. Actually, like, you know what? Yeah, I never liked this watch. Yeah, green is ugly. Yeah, it's hideous. Yeah, it looks good on Christmas. We're going with the flow. By the way, that we just hit 70 viewers on this live stream, all because of a great panel, which is Buckley and Brian. Upvote the live stream, guys. So we just hit 70 people.
Holy shit! You got 70 private stream members onlys?
That's right. It's a private stream. 70 people got invited.
Wow.
By the way, I told the story before on a stream where it was 2020 when I walked into a Bucherer on 53rd in Madison, and I didn't know anything about watches, anything at all, and I was just at that point thinking about what I wanted. I was in the city a lot, so I could go to these different boutiques, and I came in like at around 10:30 a.m. on a Tuesday or whatever it was, and I remember exactly the moment when I said, "Do you have anything interesting here?" And the lady behind the counter says, "Would you like a white gold Daytona?" And I said, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, we have a white dial Daytona with a blue dial coming in today's shipment. Would you like it?" I said, I don't know how much. How much is it? 38,000 or whatever. What Buckley said. I'm like, 38,000.
Oh.
I said, I don't know anything about. I said that sounds kind of high, but I don't know. I'll think about it. But then I said, nah, I'll pass.
So two things happen there, which is totally honest and this is what needs to continue to happen. The first was you didn't know anything, but your instincts were, why would I do that? Which is normal. And her instincts was, obviously we have nobody to sell this to. This guy's an idiot. Maybe he'll take this expensive Daytona. And that's the way that it was supposed to be with all these weird watches. It wasn't until we went into the craze where people started looking for what they deemed to be rarity. We don't even know how rare this shit is, to be honest. We don't know. But I think it's going back the other way. I know of a lot of people that are selling off a lot of quote unquote rare Rolex right now. And you know what? They're actually keeping the more generic Rolex. So if someone can find people that are doing the opposite, I'm happy to hear them out. It's just I haven't met anybody. The only person I know that's continued to buy and hasn't sold is MJ. In the entire community, I don't know anybody else. Literally, I don't know anybody else.
A lot of people have been very lucky over the past 4 years. They've been able to buy watches at retail that they were able to wear and enjoy, and they actually are worth more now than they were then when they bought them. And so they're consolidating. Like, wow, I bought a root beer at retail, I bought a Batman at retail, or I bought a sub at retail, and I can sell that for for even more than I paid for it. But I have like 10 of these Rolex. It seems ridiculous. Why don't I get rid of 3 or 4 of them and I could get something that I really, really like? And after all, I'm not losing any money. It sounds like kind of like a no-brainer.
Right.
Total no-brainer. Johnny O, representing Chicago land in the chat. Green, $5 highlighted comment. Good to have you here. He says, thank you for the best live stream of 2025. That's right. So far, the best live stream so far.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Of course.
You guys have bought a lot of watches. Brian's bought more watches than both.
Hundreds. Brian has brought hundreds of watches.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'd like to correct that. I reached 1,000 today because I bought 4 while I was on a break. So yeah.
But do you guys have you ever done the wife test? I'm sure you have to have. You had to have done it a few times where you're like, what do you think of this? Or will watch
Nope.
come in?
Nope.
Ever?
Absolutely not. I mean,
Yes,
Never?
I have.
it never ends well, Buckley. It never ends well. I
No,
never
but
get a
listen,
compliment.
Like OC, here's the thing.
I did it with a Patek Philippe a few months ago. Like, oh, by the way, I got this. She goes, her response, it's a watch.
Right, but they usually compare it to something. So
My wife hates watches. She absolutely hates them. Like she's
Okay.
like, it's a watch. It's like, yeah, but this is white gold. She goes, well, white gold, whatever. It looks like a watch.
right, it looks like a watch, but she doesn't have like out of all the ones you wear around her, she doesn't have one where she's like, I like that one better than that one.
Nope, none of them.
Wow.
She doesn't like any of them.
Wow. Okay.
I used to, I'll show my wife every watch and say, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? What do you think of this for me? What do you think of that?
What's her favorites? Like, what's her favorite brands and styles? I'm just curious.
Well, of the current ones that I own, she likes the Tudor pink because I got that for.
Okay, that's sentimental.
That's sentimental. Yeah. She really liked the Breitling ice blue with the platinum bezel that I had.
Okay, I could see that.
She really thought that was pretty. She thinks anything that says Patek Philippe on it is pretty.
Now, so I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Did she think that the Optimum was disgusting?
The which one?
You had the FP Journe Optimum, didn't you?
Oh yeah, she didn't understand that at all.
Right. So my theory here is any watch that's in the category of you need to really digest it, if it's at retail or approaching, it's fucking dead next year. Dead, because that's not a thing anymore. I would short the shit out of Dave Bethune right now. I think Dave Bethune is done. 2026, Dave Bethune is done.
I disagree with you because I think the 1916 company has the ability and the finances to keep it propped up.
But they're not really doing that great a job right now. And every week that goes by, less and less. They did it with Journe. But they got really, really lucky with the timing. They did it during the height. But Dave Bethune is too expensive. It's too weird. I don't see it.
But they've got the depth and the finances now where they can themselves keep it propped up.
That's a lot of money, Brian. A lot of money to make that happen. They don't need to. They can just continue to sell what they're good at, which is Rolex, Patek at retail, and then everything else secondary.
Yeah, and they can leverage. I
think it's smart of them to have their own independent brand that they push. It's super expensive. It's $100,000 for every De Bethune entry level, but I think they've done a good job positioning it. To me, I think it's bullshit. Like I would never. It looks kind of wacky, very Star Trek-ish. I get it. There are people in the chat who have one. God bless you. I'm not offending you. Hopefully, but
who has one? Who's buying Dave Bethune left and right? Who wants to collect Dave Bethune? Right? Who wants to have more than one Dave Bethune or one at all? I know George has one, but he has one that looks like a dress watch with a fancy dial. Anybody else? This is a watch collecting community. Where are they? Where are the Dave Bethune people?
Yeah.
Crickets? Don't talk to me about the nerds on fucking 1916. There's like 10 of them, and everybody knows who they are. Right? Where are they? It's too much money. It doesn't look like it's worth that price. It looks weird. It's too strange. Right? At least Journe looks like a dress watch. I'm not getting into Journe, but I'm just saying.
George is in the chat. He says, I have 2 De Bethunes. I have 2 of them. That's funny because he has a very, very small collection down. You really, really pared it down. It's actually fascinating to hear that he actually has 2. because I think at some point last year he had gone down, and George, correct me if I'm wrong, to like I think under 6 pieces in your collection. I mean, obviously you have the right to add more back in and make it bigger again, but I think he'd gone all the way down to 6 pieces. To have 2 Debatoons is a pretty big statement for him.
Have 2 is insane. There's very few people on the planet that have 1, let alone 2 or more. But the other issue with Dave Bethune, a lot of independents, RM has the same problem. There's zero class. Class goes out the window when it comes to those watches. You cannot come in here and tell me that. What is it? The steel wheels?
Yeah,
right?
or anything. It's I don't want to disparage the product, but I don't want to. But those are not classy looking watches.
No, zero class. The zero class. Like, let's be honest.
Let's just be real for a second.
Yeah, let's be fucking real for a second. RM has no class either. I mean, I'm sorry.
I actually have more respect these days for Urwerk than a lot of the other brands because
Urwerk, the gag reflex.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Like
but at least they own that element of like that really crazy technical complication, their wacky way of telling the time thing. At least they were embracing that. But some of these other brands, it's just tough. It is tough.
Ugh.
There's zero class. Right now, we live in a time where people are used to, Silicon Valley running the world and scrawny men with black T-shirts that don't get haircuts, and that there's your Cellini jeweler independence. But if we go the other way, right, these brands are nothing burgers. They're gonna fall like rocks because what do you want, a fucking spaceship on your wrist?
And how can they have so many models? Like, why would they have? It seems like they have like 10 models. Like why should you have to choose? It's like make 1 or 2 or 3 models and make them all look good.
Yeah, you have to digest it. No one gets into watches through Dave Bethune, right? You have to be in this a long time, and then you appreciate it. But no one sees it and goes, "Oh my God, that fucking steel wheels, man, shit! I'd like to buy one of those and go on my first date."
No, I gotta say, I got about 3 minutes with George's Starry Various or whatever it was. I was like, holy shit, I understand it.
That's a dress watch.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Boston Collector says Buckley has lost his mind. It's over for Buckley in 2025. The decline has been rapid, really sad to see.
Boston's doing all the things that I'm talking about, though, behind the scenes. That's the thing.
It's true. I mean,
that's the problem, OC, is he's like, yeah, no, I'm going to continue to buy. Yeah, you're going to buy, what, 1 of 5 watches? That doesn't count. We're not talking about 1 of 5. We're talking about all the other shit that's in the gutter, which is mostly everything. Right? Boston does not represent the market. He's an extreme psychopath. Right? He's a fucking psycho. He does not represent, like, he's way beyond Jeff. Jeff is way more simple about watches. He's like, I like this, I buy it, this looks cool. Boston's like way down the rabbit hole. Right? But if Boston liquidates his entire collection and all he has left is RMs, that will end in disaster. That'll end in disaster.
Sorry, I missed this comment from earlier. It's Captain with a member milestone chat member for 3 months of the original OC channel. Thank you very much. Would any of you get the white gold Pepsi GMT with the black dial? I think you mean, okay, the black dial is before the current model that has the blue dial and the meteorite.
Yes.
At $30,000. So basically $10,000 for the all gold bracelet and cash versus the steel Pepsi. And by the way, Happy New Year. That's a good question. So you're basically getting a watch that looks like the steel on Oyster, but it's white gold. And you're the only one who knows basically that because of the heft and the fact that you paid $30,000 instead of $10,000. that it's white gold instead of steel. Me
I would
personally, I would not.
I would not. The Rolex came out and said, "We know we made a mistake. Therefore, give us your watch. We'll give you a free blue dial."
Yep.
So if they came out and said, "We know this thing sucks," it really fucking sucks.
Yeah. Now I've always been interested in the white gold blue dial because I think the color combination is fantastic with the bezel and the red hand and the red and the blue work great together, but not enough to pull the trigger. And I know they're down to, you can get a blue dial one now for $31, $32 pre-owned.
Yeah, they're a good deal, especially with the price increase.
Yeah.
Why is Boston asking me this crazy question? You think that I look at, dude, no, I have no itch for a micro brand. I have no itch for any of the weird shit. None. The weirdest watch that I like is the Code and Offshore. That's the farthest I go out there. Anything beyond that is craziness to me.
Let's propose this question. What was a worse hit to the Massachusetts economy? Tom Brady leaving or Boston Collector when he stops buying watches?
Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the whole team, because what's going to happen here is Jeff is leaving for Florida, so he won't be part of the team. MJ says he's got one watch left, and then he's done. And Boston's going to fly too close to the sun one of these days and get nuked. So it's all over. The whole Boston team will be evaporated by 2026.
Same thing happened to the Patriots.
No, I don't like weird shit. I mean, I think that's pretty clear, right?
And you know what? That the way you said that there is absolutely perfect. You don't like it, and that's how I feel about. Yeah, I feel about some watches. I love the way they look on other people. I don't like the way they look on me. Yeah, just doesn't fit me. But I love to look at them. But you'll never see me in an Urwerk or one of those freaky MB&Fs or any of the 19 Chinese versions of Richard Milles. Yeah.
By the way, great comment from Gatsby from previously in the chat. He says, Buckley, are the people selling these, quote, rare Rolex pieces those that bought them with the expectation of the price shooting up, but they didn't?
No, I think those people flipped a long time ago. The people that are selling them now realize that they were kind of dumb. The watches are kind of dumb. Like, if you bought a full yellow gold Jubilee GMT, the second you put that next to okay, you want a full yellow gold watch, right? The second you put that next to any of the other full yellow gold watches, minus a Sky Dweller, if that's not your cup of tea because it's too big, right? Put that to the side. It's the worst one. But you ran out and bought it because you thought, Same thing with the Meteorite Pepsi. Why do you want a Meteorite dial? Are you a child?
Yes.
Sorry, Brian.
I love
Yeah.
I love looking at it, so fuck you.
Nah, but you're going to sell it. I know you.
No, I'm not.
You're going to sell it.
I've had it for over a year and a half now. It's survived its trial period.
That is a long time for you.
It's part of the ship, part of the crew.
But okay, it's just like the John Mayer's. It's hard. It's a horrible watch compared to the other yellow gold Daytonas. It's gross.
And this one has always been one where it's like, okay, it's meteorite, so it's rare. But I don't think people look at this one and go that the color of the dial is a good dial. I mean, I get it that it's meteorite, which makes it special and rarer, but it's all washed out. Like the hands and the indices and the meteorite all blend into each other, especially from a distance. It's just like, I realize I'm saying that maybe because I don't have one. I get it. If you have one, you appreciate
one. I see though. So there's a difference. There's people that hate on Rolex that can't get them. Then there are people who can get them that say things like you're saying. You could get one of these if you wanted it. You know what the dumbest watch they made was? I still can't fucking figure it out. The Falcon Eye.
That's kind of a cool watch, though.
No,
I mean,
what? Why? Why is it cool? What's cool about it? Pull it
I mean,
up.
it's a
It's a more striated black dial than the what the hell the Onyx one that they did on the day dates.
So here's what it looks like. It looks like you took a normal black dial, and then you scratch the shit out of it.
Or you just drag a piece of chalk sideways across it.
Let me just configure here.
I loved it when I saw it.
Yeah, Master 40. On
No, 42. 42.
Oh, sorry. 42. And material is white gold, I believe.
Yep.
And it's this.
Why would you want that? That looks like you fucking
like it got scratched.
You took it down the road 100 yards and gave it, fucking road burn. What are you doing? Not to mention this is an Oyster Flex, luxury diving watch. It's a tool. This is like stupid shit, Like that's a stupid watch.
That's why I think the reason why I like it is because it is so stupid. But I'll go back to the reason I like the meteorite dials is because like the Falcon's Eye, each one is unique.
Oh, please.
I know, Brian. I know, but I mean, you're going to buy it to collect, fine. But are you going to buy it and say that's beautiful compared to the regular black dial? Put the black dial on. Ready?
Hold on.
Look, this is what happens when you refurbish a damaged watch. Ready?
Fixed.
Oh, new again. Fixed. Better.
Okay, 34,000 for black, 36,600 for when they take a steel wool and they scrape the dial.
I don't get it. I could be alone. I'll sit here. I'll be alone on that hill. I'm not saying I'm right. I don't understand these. Okay. So I fucking hate collaborations.
Oh, I hate them even more than you do.
Okay, so I'm not going to go to AP.
There's not a single one. There's not a single one, especially any Hodinkis I don't like. I don't like Zenith collaborating with Voutilainen.
So the worst one is the James Bond Omega collaboration.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's the worst one, OC.
That can't be the worst. No,
the
there's
worst.
so. It's one of the best. It's one of the best.
No. What they did, which was brilliant in the 90s, they took a watch they make, they put it on Bond, and if you figured it out, you went to Omega and asked and said, hey, I'd like the Bond watch. Fine. Perfect. Great. Love it. Got me into the Seamaster. We got to, went to Casino Royale. They gave him 2 watches, right? They gave him 2 watches. We did it again. We went to Quantum. They gave him 1 watch. Right around Quantum, they started fucking around with it. And
no, wait, back up. Where they jumped the shark was when they did the one that had the 007 was the balance for the second hand.
That's Quantum.
Was that Quantum?
That was Quantum, the Planet Ocean, right? You're talking about the Planet Ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they figured it out and they said, okay. And then they started, instead of just making collaborations that weren't in the movie, they started making collaborations and putting them in the movie. Cheapened it. So I fucking hate it. I hate what they did. Disgusting. The AP collaborations are horrendous for a host of reasons. It's absolutely awful. But the worst is this James Bond collaboration. Just make a fucking watch, mass production, and just put it on him. People will come in and say, give me the watch that he's wearing. But don't put 007 on the case back. Don't do that.
Wow. I thought the most ridiculous freaking collaboration was the Breitling for Bentley.
Oh, yeah, well.
like anybody that's buying a Bentley is going to buy not only a Breitling, but possibly the second ugliest Breitling ever made.
Well, how about their new NFL collaboration?
Oh, that's cute. Whatever.
No,
That's
see what I
fine.
mean, though, Brian? No one respects collaborations.
No. I had a lot of respect for the Snoopy watches until the Swatch Group decided to screw me.
Brian, there's nothing worse. Let me tell you something. There's nothing worse than you get a message from OC and Small G and Ryan Singer and like, hey, we're going to go to the 1916 event and we're going to get dinner after. Okay, cool. And you go to the 1916 event and a guy walks up to you, leather jacket, baseball hat, cuff pants, penny loaf. Nothing makes sense. And you know that he's third generation trust fund. And you say, what are you wearing? And he pulls out a fucking James Bond collaboration Seamaster. There's nothing worse.
We're spruiking our friends here at David SW with this particular piece. It's the reference 226659, which is the Falcon's Eye Yachtmaster in white gold with the scratched black blue dial. It can be yours for only $49,875. Reach out to CQ at David SW and he will hook you up with a discount of $5 off this price.
Must not be that desirable because they probably paid $40 and the watch out the door is in, at this point now it's $40 after the price increase. So yeah, take your special shit, throw it out the window. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, so it's 36.6, so after tax probably 39. So
the guy loses money. The guy loses money if he wears the watch. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about it, OC. I'm tired of these people and their bullshit. Money talks.
All right. Well, we will happily go back to this because you asked. By the way, huge hello to Sam Davidson in the chat, £5 super chat. Have a great show, gents. Happy New Year, Sam. Thanks for being in the audience. Appreciate it. And for exhibition only, $10 orange super chat. Happy New Year, guys, from a proud Florida crew member. Much health, prosperity, and Rolex Patek Philippe direct from 80s to all. I will be for exhibition only. Reach out to the Florida crew. I'm coming down there soon. So let's do dinner in Miami.
Yo, Florida crew.
Florida crew. It's going to be, I'm counting like 7 or 8 people that are going to be, at least that we've already got in the posse for, I'm not going to say when, but Florida crew is going to be doing a big meetup. Brody says, I like the, thank you for exhibition only. I really appreciate the support. Looking forward to seeing you. Hopefully we can meet up in Miami. Brody says, I like the Falcon's Eye. I like it.
Nah, I don't believe any of these people. The gray market talks.
If it were 40, I'd put it on my list. Shout out to LC in the chat. Kino Pravda. Hello, George Varghese, officially. Johnny O's in the chat. I also want to say hello to Tan, whoever you are. Dr. LM. What's up, Dr. LM? We had over 80 viewers a couple of minutes ago. Over 80 viewers. Up with the live stream. Let's get to geez, we already have 45 likes. Can't complain about that. Don't like the live stream. Do not like the live stream. You guys did an amazing job.
All right, let me unclick that.
Unclick if you no, don't unclick, but it's New Year's Day. We're going to keep going for another 42 minutes because we don't. It's a private special New Year's Day stream, and we don't want to go into the day after New Year's Day. So this is your chance. Jump on the panel. The link is in the chat. Link is also pinned. Don't let Buckley get away with these notions and perspectives and opinions. If you disagree with him, he's not going to care if you combat him from the chat.
I don't really see that great of.
He says your arguments are weak from the chat. Get on the panel.
Here's the argument I see. I actually like that one. Oh, okay. No, I actually like that one. Oh.
What if there were a Kith stamped falcon eye?
Oh, throw it in the garbage. You know there's going to be a Kith offshore collaboration, without a doubt.
Also, hello to Luchabetic Mark, who unboxed a brand new Omega Planet Ocean with the blood orange dial yesterday on the live stream.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Lucha, jump on and show it just to irk Brian.
Defend yourself. Ugh.
You know, Mark has a certain style. He's a very pro Omega guy, likes big watches. Looks good on him. Got one once more unto the breach in the chat. Wow, blast from the past. Happy New Year. Cheers, gents. Omega 007 are cool.
I agree. 007 wearing an Omega is cool. A lot of the Omegas he wears is cool. What is not cool is making an Omega 007 collaboration and then putting it in the movie. Knowing beforehand, like the No Time to Die. It's not cool. This watch on the screen right here, it's not cool. It's not cool.
Buckley, how do you feel about all the people that still profess that the 36 millimeter Explorer 1 is the best watch ever made?
Well, I can guarantee you they have a small wrist. It's the only thing I know for sure, Brian. I could guarantee you two things about that person. Number one, they have a small wrist. Number two, they're going to pay taxes. That's all I know. But that would be way cooler though, right? If whoever the next Bond is, right? If they go back to the 60s and they put an Explorer 36 on, that'd be really cool. People would be like, oh, okay, I want the Explorer 36. Great. Don't make a James Bond Explorer 36 with faux patina and put 007 on the case back. Don't fucking do that.
I'm sorry, you need to pronounce that correctly. That's Fox Patina.
Yeah.
All right. Welcoming to the panel now, Keslowitz and
greetings.
Lucha. Hey, Paul.
Greetings. Happy New Year, boys.
Welcome home.
Happy
What's
New
up?
Year. Welcome home. How
Thanks
you
for
guys
jumping on the
doing? Luca,
What do
how
you-
are you? Buckley, OC, Brian.
Doing great. Happy New Year, Keslowitz. Happy New Year, Mark. Happy New Year, everybody watching. Sammy the Bunny's in the chat. For exhibition only is in the chat. We had everybody, guys, over 75 people watching. This wasn't even a channel 4 or 5 months ago. Yet this is now the #1 rated watch live stream on YouTube, all because of you. What do you think of the 36 millimeter Explorer Keslowitz?
You know, I own the 39 Mark II.
Oh, that's a better one.
I love it. I'm actually, even though I love it, my brother is interested in getting into watches. I think I'm going to sell him mine. Keep it in the family.
Yeah,
I like
sell
the
it.
Explorer. I mean, 36. I mean, I don't know. I would personally go 40 with the current lineup, but if you like 36, same shit, you know.
We're doing a
Great watch.
reboxing.
Beach to tux, baby. Beach to tux.
We're doing a re-unboxing for those who missed it yesterday. Lucha came on and unboxed this.
Wowzer.
There it is. There it is. The new to you Omega Planet Ocean.
It doesn't match all your black and yellow shit.
Well, the other one, the super racing does. I needed to be a little more varied. I sold
Nice watch, Luca. You're really going down the Omega rabbit hole.
I love Omega.
I see.
Yep. Julie Caesar says the creamsicle. I didn't. Yep, that is the official name of it because creamsicles have vanilla ice cream with orange, like sorbet or whatever around the outside, popsicle. It's known as the creamsicle.
Well, there you go. It's a great watch.
looks great on your wrist.
It does.
It
Uh,
fits.
That's actually not Mark's wrist. It's my leg.
No.
Kind of looks like an ankle.
I don't know about that.
Where'd you pick it up from, Luca?
1916.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to our friends at the 1916 Company.
It's literally a month old. It was originally purchased on my birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
Basically brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who
Good
buys a brand new watch from Omega and sells it to 1916 Company within a few weeks? How does that happen?
Well, I know exactly how it happens. It's a big, thick. It's heavy too. It's even though it's not as big as the Super Racing, it's like 40 grams heavier. So you notice it when it's on. So if you have like a 6-inch wrist and you're like, oh, it'll fit me, I can wear that. You probably can't.
The Hanukkah gifts are getting sent back.
Yeah.
It's a big ass watch.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just say it's a watch for big asses?
Yes.
Okay.
Big assholes, actually.
Oh, yeah.
The design, though, is good. The bracelet looks good.
Mhm.
The bezel's luxurious. The white dial's nice.
I love those hands.
Yeah. Arrow hands. It's a nice design. I think the only complaint people have is the thickness.
The thickness and the helium escape valve.
I kind of, you know what? When it comes to Omega, I'm kind of used to it. I
Yeah.
don't care.
But they really should get rid of it now. And I'm a kind of a fan of it in the sense that it's historical, and they don't want to part with it because they don't want to admit that it's not necessary anymore.
Yeah.
But they really should get rid of it. It's not. No one gives a shit about, I don't know, what are 600 meters or 6,000 meters or 60,000 meters or whatever the fuck that it is. It's just like, it's ridiculous anyways.
You need it so that James Bond can make the laser come out of it.
Yeah, that's what you need it. It says there's a grappling hook that comes out of it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
ties around a pole, you know. For exhibition only, by the way, says OC hope to make the meetup in Miami. We look forward to seeing you. It's going to be fun. And also got Kojak Kronos, Alex in the chat. Happy New Year to all the gentlemen on the panel, and also Buckley. The 007 Omegas are cool. Buckley's opinions on the 007 Omega are not cool.
Not cool. Kojak owns 2 of those.
Boys, so I'm starting the new year off right. Just
How
made a
so?
deal. Just made a
right-
deal. I got a
right
wire
now?
going out tomorrow.
Uh-oh,
Wires
did you-
I
go-
think I know
wire ready.
more about 007 than Kojak does, and he's a Brit. I'd argue I probably know more.
Kojak knows a lot about mixing drinks, but
Yeah.
not about 007. Jump on the panel. Let's duke it out. Kess,
That's me baiting. That's me baiting.
Kess,
I don't know if Kojak knows my baiting, so I have to be careful because I can come across really.
It's just baiting. It's just flat out baiting.
But I definitely probably know more than he does about it, for sure.
Keslowitz, you got rid of the 2 Rolex?
No, we're adding.
We're adding. We're not subtracting.
We're adding. We have incoming.
We're adding,
boys.
OC. We're
Incoming.
adding.
Buckley's gonna be pissed.
Why?
We're gonna get the gag. We're gonna get the gag reflex out of Buckley on this.
Why?
You got to know how to die?
You'll see. You'll see. We're building up. We're building the suspense. We're building the.
No, but you're going to get another Patek. I like Patek.
Is that what it is?
It's going to shock the community. It's going to shock the community.
All right. Kessler.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. I may flip it.
Oh, so you got it really cheap. Interesting.
The only watch, Kessler, there's 2 watches that I genuinely do not like and I will make fun of regardless of if you unbox them or not. Right? In your moment of congratulations, I will be that guy. There's 2 watches. well, one watch brand and one watch. Anything from Maurice Grossman, the worst watch brand in history, or an FP Journe Elegant. As long as it's not an Elegant or anything from Maurice Grossman, I'm fine. You do you. But that, and I fucking want Maurice Grossman gone. Hate that brand. It's the worst brand ever.
They're not that bad. Why do you hate them? Come on. They're German or indie.
Yeah, you know why I hate them? Because of their pharmaceutical logo bullshit fucking garbage dial.
Yeah, with the fucking looks like AstraZeneca or whatever the fuck it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, looks like a pharmaceutical logo. I hate that fucking brand. Hey,
we got George Vargas in the chat. He'll like it. That's the guy
no.
that'll like. I'm trying to think of the guys that'll like it.
Yeah, think of the guys that'll like it. We will know all about the watch based on who will like it and who won't.
Sounds like. No, I think Kojak. I think I know more about 007 than you do. You might get me on Roger Moore because I pretend like the entire Roger Moore Timothy
era didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, pretend like it didn't happen.
So sad. So sad, Buckley.
No, I mean, The Spy Who Loved Me is good.
Yeah.
But the rest of them are kind of, I mean, Roger Moore's shitty, let's be honest. Basically anything between You Only Live Twice and GoldenEye is garbage. I'm sorry, Brian. I don't make the rules, but
On Her Majesty's Secret Service was fantastic.
No, it's terrible. That's why he never got another movie. It's terrible.
The story, it's the best story though.
Yeah, but the movie sucks.
The Bond was terrible. Diana Rigg was gorgeous, but he was terrible.
I know a shit ton. No, why are people not understanding? I know a shit ton about 007. Ask
yeah, he does. He actually does. Yeah.
I know
Listen, let's play stump. Let's play Stump the Buckley. Jump on the panel and give him your question. Chances are you will be surprised and shamed.
You know what we're gonna do? Let's see. I'm gonna get everyone on the panel, 10 people, and I'm gonna leave. That's
It's all right. The show's only going for another 29 minutes. Then it's going to a VIP after show anyway. So, by the way, shout out to George Vargas Orange highlighted comment, $20 contribution to the original OC channel, an all-star panel, best panel in the fucking business. That's what I say. Happy New Year to all. Grateful that Lucha didn't buy another IWC. Yeah. And and you're still considering an Aqua Timer, so for 2025.
I do love the Aqua Timer.
Please don't.
Mark's waiting for the Aqua Timer with 3 crowns and 2 pushers and some other knob hanging off of it too.
Captain, how come you're not coming to dinner tomorrow night?
Oh, is that tomorrow night?
Yeah. Are you coming? You got to pay attention to the chat. You know, we have a special.
Probably not, but
what?
Thank you for the. It's too short. It's too short notice. I mean, we just.
You're not doing.
I got to get
doing
back
anything
to work.
tomorrow.
I'm working tomorrow.
Nah. Everyone has the week off. The week
I do
off.
Location. I do base it on location, and the closer you are to, like the Holland Tunnel or the Lincoln Tunnel, the better.
Yeah, we did it. We did it just for you.
I'm on the wrong side of the river. See, if I was in Manhattan, where I used to live, I'd go to all these events. I like the Jersey City idea. That was very appealing.
I know. We almost did Jersey. Yeah.
Are they going to do Jersey City? And why wouldn't Kevin want to do that?
Kevin and PK both are in Jersey City. That's what
doesn't make any
sense.
sense. It makes zero sense.
We should have done Jersey City tomorrow.
Captain, while you're here, I would like for you to admit that you are now living in JJ's mom's basement with JJ.
Huh. Well, my camera is on, and you can see the backdrop is the same as it's always been. These shitty pictures that I got from God knows where. I'm just here to stalk Keslowitz. So everywhere he turns up, that's where I'm going to be.
My guy.
You know, I want to see the 5320. It changed over for the new year. Right? You went from 4 to 1.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
the
great.
leap year function worked. It
worked.
Is
incredible.
It took 30 minutes, but we got there.
Can we see that watch?
Yeah, it's right here. I don't have the good
Oh,
camera.
by the
I
way,
can see it.
also, so Buckley knows everything about 007. I'm not going to even
No, I didn't say everything.
even attempt. I know. Well, Roger Moore. I kind of grew up on the Roger Moore 007, and I thought he played it pretty well. I mean, you know, you're going to tell me Pierce Brosnan was better, and don't ask me about the movie names.
I won't say. I'll say the only two that I'll watch still is Connery and Craig.
Okay. Yeah. I like Daniel Craig. Yeah, and Connery is obviously there.
No focus. Sorry.
The OG.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to focus. We know what it looks like, and it's fantastic. And
Bada bang.
it's beautiful, beautiful. The Patek Philippe is the epitome of class, timeless elegance. When you're looking for a dress piece, especially one with a complication, there is no better than Patek Philippe.
Backbone of the collection, boys. The backbone.
And you have a very, very slimmed down, very focused, very methodical collection.
Yes. There's
Who'll
going to
be
be
the
some
next
shift.
Bond?
There
I
may
wanna
be
answer
some
this.
shifting. There may be some shifting happening after this edition. We'll see.
That means
We'll
that means this piece is expensive. Then he's has to do a little
Oh, let's see.
Yeah,
You're getting
means-
somewhere.
I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
guess.
not,
He
I'm not
doesn't-
going to say anything. No, I'm not going to guess because
This movie
it's
is
probably going to be spot on. But I
of.
think I don't know.
You should,
I don't know.
you should come on and unbox it. Pick a charity and we'll unbox it.
Nobody will guess what this is.
That's
know
all
what
the
it
fun.
is.
That's all the fun.
I think I even
Maybe
know where
Friday
you
or
bought it.
Saturday.
Yeah, I don't work on weekends. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
You don't work during the week.
Work.
No. Seriously, if you have a LA based charity or any other charity you want to do something for, we'll do a charity live stream and we'll unbox it. We'll drag it out for hours.
I like
Let me know.
All right.
Question for Buckley. Dr. LM asks, who's your choice for the next James Bond? Is it A, Sofia Vergara, or B, Ava Longoria?
Ooh.
My pick is actually I would pick Richard Madden.
Let's see if we can find him. Richard. Okay.
Because whoever signs on is going to have to sign on for 3-4 movies. 15-year commitment.
I actually think I may know who the next Bond is, but I honestly can't say. Contractually, I cannot say, but it's in the works. It's in the works. I think they already got him picked out. No.
This is Richard Madden, by the way. He's a Scottish actor.
I can see him as Bond.
86. So young guy, relatively young guy.
Yep.
Handsome guy, obviously. Handsome guy.
What's his height?
Probably like 6 foot.
Let's dig into the details here. Wrist size.
Yeah, I don't
on the
think they
wrist?
do. I don't think they give his dimensions on Wikipedia.
What's that watch he's rocking? It looks like
Looks like it could be a Speedy there.
I don't know.
I want to know, is he packing a Cobra or does he have a little turtle?
Why? Why do you want to know that?
See, the height question was relevant to Bond, I thought. I think a tall Bond makes sense.
It's not going to be Idris
Snoopy.
Elba. It's not going to be Jason Statham. It's not going to be any of that bullshit. Not going to be Henry Cavill. It's not going to be, any. They're all too old and they're too famous, or they don't fit the. You need someone in their early to mid 30s or late 30s, I guess nowadays, and they're kind of famous but not really. That's usually where they go. Henry Cavill has too much muscle. It would never work.
All right, let's get back to Keslowitz because I think this is important.
Keslowitz was sitting in the AD. I saw it. He's getting the Patek right now.
No, this is a you're not a big buy from the AD kind of guy for these super expensive pieces. You're more of like, hey, I know how to shop private party or secondary pre-owned.
Exactly.
Yeah, he learned from Archie that way, and he's actually done very, very well. To
treasure hunting, boys, treasure hunting. We're going for value.
Go for value. And listen, I don't actually even think of the piece that you have as a value piece, even though it is a tremendous value. But those Pateks that go for 30-40% off retail, but they still look amazing. They look just as good now as they did 10 or 15 years ago. Timeless.
I agree.
Are you buying Stallone's Grandmaster chime?
Oof.
I think you got a world time. I think you got a Patek Philippe world time.
No, you can't flip those.
He doesn't want to flip it.
He just said
yeah. He may flip it. Interesting. What do you think about Idris Elba?
No, it's too old.
Too old. So it's
they've been saying his name for a long time.
Yeah, too long. Like for 10 years now, they've been saying
too old, too muscular, too on the nose. It wouldn't work. It could have worked 15 years ago. It's not going to work now.
Does anybody know what chronograph this is? I don't. Looks like a big, thick, panda-looking chronograph.
Looks like a Snoopy, no?
Yeah, it does look like an Omega Speedmaster. Indeed, it does. Tobister McDonkey's in the chat. What's up, Tobister? Good to have you with us. And
we got Keno. I saw Keselowitz at the BH Patek last week. Bro, say hi next time. That's my first time there. It's a beautiful boutique. They just did a whole renovation there. It's really nice.
Is that is that Gary's?
Yeah, bro, that Rolex is probably the nicest Rolex in the world. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Dubai or some of these other places, but it's fucking.
They spent a fortune building it. Yeah.
It's really nice.
George Varghese is going to throw out a wild guess. You got a Langa Anzuna.
There are a handful of those I like.
Guys, type in your guesses in the chat if you want those guesses to be pulled up.
No, people think he's going to unbox it now. He doesn't even have to.
We'll force him to unbox it now. Like, oh, sorry, to be continued tomorrow or the Saturday.
He likes a Langa and Sona, but he will not buy.
It's not.
He will not buy one. I'm sorry. Maybe someday, Kessler, but not anytime soon, in my opinion.
Captain, what are you doing in your collection for 2025? What's your strategy for the year?
Absolutely nothing. No, the strategy is the same. Downsize, consolidate, and like I did with when I got the Patek, I traded the Patek and the VC. So something like that. But I asked that question about the white gold GMT because, like Kessler, I'm a value shopper, so I'm hunting for deals. Right. Like I want all gold, like an all gold Rolex of some sort. I've always liked the Smurf, but then I see this cookie, and for some reason nobody wants to cook. Like they're like, "Oh, no, get it."
Nobody.
I'm like, it's cheap as shit. It's a good looking watch. Everyone I know who has it, SLC watch collector, loves it. Or actually, he sold it, but now he wants it back.
So see, sold it.
I know. Everyone's selling them. Everyone's selling it. They're dumping them.
Yeah, they're dumping. By the way, what is? I'm going to go round robin across the panel because something else that someone brought up, which was fascinating to me, was let me see if I can recapture it in my brain. But it was this concept. For years, remember when gray market prices were shooting up and up and up? People said, you know what? Why doesn't Rolex just jack up their prices to closer to the gray market and put the gray market out of business? Remember that line that people were saying, like 2022, 2021? Sure. Like, yeah, they're like, listen,
grab it.
Yeah, they're like, you know, the difference between retail and gray market is the gap is so much. Why doesn't Rolex just jack up the prices every year, get closer to gray, and put these grays out of business? Well, here they are now, jacking up the Daytona to $50,000, and now the same people who said that are like, oh, well, Rolex they're putting themselves out of business. You can't. I mean, where were you? 2 years ago, you were arguing just the exact opposite. You said
People
you're
used
going
to
to put the
say,
grays out of business.
People used to say all the time, they should make the steel Daytona 25,000.
Yeah, I see new 126 500 Daytonas. They're 25,000. I mean, some of the white dials are about 30, but there's not that much of a gap. And God forbid you have a 116. If it's not in good condition, it's in the low 20s. It's in the mid 20s, low to mid 20s. Am I wrong? It's not that much of a premium anymore, and that's the Daytona. So when we talk about these price increases, has it helped the gray market or hurt it? Because back 2 years ago, people were saying, well, if you raise the prices, it's going to crush the gray market, and then now people are saying, well, it's not going to do that, and it's actually going to hurt Rolex instead.
It's not going to do anything to the gray market. They're reactionary. They make their 25% margin. If it goes up, they make it higher. If it goes down, they make it lower. They don't care.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's not like the gray market's going to gap up once they increase the price.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think the gray market Daytonas are going to jump up nearly. And I know, OC, you said that you might think they may go the other way. I don't know if that will happen. I think there is a psychological effect and they can point to that higher price and say, oh, look, this is now 16% higher. So they'll try to raise their prices, but it's going to be dictated by the market, by what we're going to pay for it. So, but I think there are enough people who have no idea. And so they probably will now pay more for, a pre-owned, a gray market Daytona, because they can point to the price, unfortunately, but it's not going to go to retail. Like a lot of these Daytonas are going to be now under retail on the gray market, in my opinion. Right? Yeah, I mean, the Pikachu Pikachu probably not. Let me ask you this, because I'm not sure. It seems as if the Oyster Flex also is getting this, Daytonas are getting this, 14 or 16%?
Yeah, they're now 38,100 for the Daytona on Oyster.
So that makes no sense, because you're not getting a bracelet. You're not getting a gold bracelet. So everyone is saying, oh, the price of gold has gone up. And yes, it has. And it goes up, it goes down, but it's gone dramatically up, I think, over the last year or so, or 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. I mean, it could go the other way, theoretically, but no one wants to talk about that. And I love gold, but it could always, silver's gone down. But okay, so they raise their prices for whatever reasons, because they can grab that, profit margin for the ADs and for themselves, for Rolex corporate. But you don't get the gold bracelet in an Oyster Flex Daytona. And yet they raised those prices by whatever it was. It doesn't, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I hate
crazy.
I hate it.
Right? I mean, that's a lot of money.
It's way too much money.
But they'll sell them, Buckley. I mean, there's so many people who want any Daytona.
Let's do the math right now. OC, pull up I don't know, David SW. Let's find a Pikachu.
Yeah, let's pull up David SW.
I mean, we could do this math. It's simple.
Oh shit. Oh, oops. That's not what I was supposed to pull up.
Oh
shit. Sorry.
I saw that. Before you guys do that, let me say goodnight. It's been a long day. I'm off.
We're gonna go for another
Happy New Year.
Hour and a half, guys. So just stick around. No problem. Thanks for jumping on. Okay. Sorry about that, Keslow. I didn't mean to pull that up. Sorry. I hope it doesn't ruin the unboxing. Let's see here. Let's go back to. All right. You want me to pull up Rolex?
Yeah, but let's pull up an Oyster Flex. Try to find a Pikachu. They probably have one.
Okay.
Are those below list yet? Or are those still over?
Well, the Pikachu is the most sought after Oyster Flex right now.
Yeah, that's
you know what? When I was at Gary's, they offered me the rose gold Oyster Flex with the diamond dial.
Yeah,
Daytona. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they offered last time I was in Rolex.
Now.
Yeah, they offered me the Cookie Monster like 6 months ago.
Sure.
Pikachu on Oysterflex.
Yeah, and then pull up David SW.
All right. Pikachu on Oysterflex is, like I said, 38,800.
No.
Oh, 36,400 because of yellow gold.
36.4. So you're out the door 40 with tax.
Yep.
Let's see David SW.
Let's see, I'll pull up David SW here. Let me just search for the watch here. That is the 126518. 126518. And here it is.
So you're losing money. You're losing
Definitely losing money because now.
Yep. Their buy price on this is 35 to 36,000 maximum. Might even be lower.
Yeah, but is their buy price now?
No kidding.
Hold, yeah, but hold on a second. Is the question that I'm going to ask is goes to this price increase and the effect on the gray market. Now that watch is instead of 33,000, it's now 36,400.
No, I don't think they move it up just because.
Are they going to pay more? Do they have to pay now 3,000 more because people are paying 3,000 more for it?
No, they're not going to give you that. They would never give you. They would never let you know that. They're going to continue to pay the same, and they're going to keep selling it at the same. There's no reason for them to move the price up. Right now, as is, if that doesn't happen, OC, if that doesn't happen, you're losing money on an unworn yellow gold Oysterflex Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
So,
as Cloud Ken said, this is the Paul Newman.
Same rarity though. Paul
Newman. No, I agree. I agree. And I'm tired of I don't know about how you guys feel about this. All the different Paul Newman Daytonas. As a side note,
Paul Newman, John Player John.
John Player special. John Player special.
The best case scenario you're going to get, OC, best case is the gray market will give you what you paid. You're not going to make
actually this one's less valuable than the one we just pulled up. So this one is actually less desirable than I think than
no,
this
it's
one.
actually more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually
more. I think the other one's
more.
better.
Yeah, I like the other one.
But you will not. Flipper's not going to make any money. So that's going to.
So what's still good? The Ghost. The Ghost is still good, right?
Nope.
Really?
No precious metal Daytona outside of the Le Mans is good. If we're talking about flipping, if we're talking about saying yes to a call to a watch you don't really want, throwing it on the gray market purchase history, nothing is good. They're all done as of right now. Even if they add the 3K on, if they make it 47, like Boston is saying, they're not going to pay you. They might not pay you 40. They might only pay you 38. So you take a 2K loss. Even if they pay you 40, you get your money back. There's no winning.
It's harder to win. Yeah. These watches are just getting expensive.
George, which precious metal day dates are over MSRP? Don't give me the MSRP of the gray market. I want your sell price. You're not getting that. Point to me one right now that you're making out on.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective that Buckley likes to don't look at what the prices that that the listed prices on the secondary.
Eisenkaiser, you're losing money, George. Eisenkaiser, you're losing money.
Yeah. What are they willing to pay you for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you might be surprised.
Watch, you lose money on the Eisenkaiser.
Yeah.
Right now.
And when you call them and get the quote from any of the gray market, right? You can call 2, 3, 4, 10. It seems like you get basically the same price, maybe with some variation. Some pay a little bit more, and then you got to work for it. Maybe do a trade, then they'll give you a lot more.
What is the Eisenkaiser price right now? on with the
It's
price.
like 50.
I don't know.
Low 50s, no?
I don't know. Let's pull it up. With the price increase, you're definitely losing money.
So basically, you think so? Rolex, you said, so they screwed themselves, and we're not going to all be able to get Daytonas. At least I know they won't give me a Daytona.
Well, if you just want a Daytona and you'll take anything, yeah, probably anyone's gonna be able to get a Daytona. But the ones that people want, no,
Right.
no.
Eisenkeisel, 56,900 at retail.
Yeah. Okay. So out the door, over 60, you're getting killed on that watch to the gray market.
And that's with the fluted bezel. A lot of times you see those and they offer to you with diamonds. If you think I'm kidding, I think you can configure that model with a diamond bezel. So let's just go for it here.
Does David SW have an Eisenkeisel?
I will check. So let's see. Let's go for rose gold. Let's put the diamond bezel on it. And then let's see if there's an Eisenkeisel dial available. Yep. This is now 76,000. This is the one that you get offered, not the other one with the fluted bezel. 76,000.
Diamonds
Yep.
is 76. Yeah.
Yep. That model is the. Got so many tabs open. Hold on a second. So let's go to the one without the. It's a 228345 with the diamonds, but let me go back. We'll choose the fluted bezel.
We can't see anything you're doing.
Yeah, you're not sharing the screen.
Oh, duh. Here we go.
There we go.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, but what's its price on David SW? He might not have one. I mean, they're not like you don't come across them every day.
Let me see here.
But for you to get your money back, David SW is going to have this watch priced at 72,000 or higher.
Yeah, if somebody in the chat can see one in secondary, like either David SW or 1916 Company or European Watch, the date 840.
Don't go to
Eisenkeisel.
1916. They got bullshit CPO.
Let me see if I can find it. 228235.
Luke, 1916, did they haggle at all? What's the haggle room over there? 10%?
Yeah, they have. So they knew that I wanted that. I told them, my guy there, that this was a watch that interested me, and so he reached out, and then I kind of put it off for a week, and they haggled about $800.
Nice.
That's good.
Reasonable.
Yeah. I think they had it listed for a little over 5. I got it for 45. I think it was 52 to 45, something like that. 53 to 45.
Nice.
And they sized it for me and shipped it overnight.
You know what's cool about them that's kind of unheard of is the 7-day return.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of unheard of, right?
It's kind of nice though.
I bought 3 or 4 ones. I got the CK59 from them. I got the Zenith Defy Skyline from them. I got this from them. I want to say I got one other one from them as well, but I don't remember.
I can't find one in secondary. Boston Collector says prices have pushed way up the past 5 years, and gray market dealers continue to increase their margin, knowing that it's a dealer's market. Interesting.
Yeah. Genji found some. She says she's seeing. Where are they? Where'd it go? Oh. 50 to 68,000. Yeah, so
That's probably on chrono, and chrono means that's fake prices.
usually fake on the higher end.
Yep, way higher end. So subtract at least 10%.
Yeah, and this is also what we're talking about here is
This is what we're talking about. So the prices have gone way up. George, by the way, in the chat says that he paid $42,000 for his in 2021. That makes sense, but now they're $58,000.
Wow.
So what happens when you try and people think that they're going to make money buying day dates? It's $56,900 now for this watch. Plus
There
tax
isn't
is $60,000.
There's no day date right now that you can flip unworn and make money. You might get your money back on like 2 of them, but you're not making any money. Flipping of precious metals, dead. Unless it's a Le Mans, but you're not getting a fucking Le Mans.
Yeah, maybe on the ombre you could squeak something out.
No, not even. Pull up that price.
What's your favorite ombre dial? I've been looking at those lately.
Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blue is really good.
Yeah. I've kind of eliminated the rose. I think it's just too much rose. I like the dial though. I like, black dials.
Oh, we got wristwatchholic in the chat, bro. Set up a meetup. We're due for an LA meetup.
He's been in the chat the whole time. Yeah.
This is a good point, but that's an off catalog piece.
Puzzle date. The emoji day date. There's like 5. There are only like 5
it's
in the
off
world.
catalog. Off catalog, you'll be all right.
Yeah,
but regular catalog, no.
Yeah.
Who's getting offered off catalog though?
Very few people get offered puzzle.
I think there was a puzzle day date on Moda. It was astronomical, like 150,000, like some nutty price.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even sound like that much.
No, it might have been even more than that.
I think it may. Yeah,
this sounds right. Austin is saying sounds right.
Oh, 300,000. Wow.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's fun times. I don't know anybody that is. I gotta say, I can't think of a single Rolex that I want right now, and I just flat out told my SA. This was yesterday, by the way, last night. I just said I don't even want a 126-500. I don't want a titanium Yachtmaster. There's absolutely nothing that I think checks the boxes right now. I think I'll wait till April. But then again, if I'm waiting till April for a different dial color or a different bezel color, like who gives a fuck? They need to shake some stuff up. This is like 2024 was a boring enough year for them and for all the brands, frankly. I don't know. There's nothing really other than Omega, and you can make fun of Omega, but Omega, at least they pumped out the white dial, the Milkmaster, the Speedy with the white dial. They pumped out the first Omega in space. They're giving their fans new shit to buy, so I don't know.
Gentlemen and Gen G, I gotta work in the morning.
CL, it is now midnight on the East Coast, which means it is now the day after the New Year's Day, which means, listen, guys, we had a fun time. We're going to do this. We're going to do something special. We're going to open up the panel during the VIP after show. That means all 70 of you are out. We're kicking you out. The first 5 people that click on the link that I'm about to drop in the chat get to come on the VIP after show. The rest of you are out. We only have 5 slots. So thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate everybody who upvoted, everybody who contributed to the panel. Thank you to JDMTL, to Johnny O, to Sam Davidson for exhibition only, and George Varghese for your super chats. Really appreciate that. Thank you to Captain for your member milestone chat, and to BW. Thanks to all my members. I really appreciate you guys. And upvote the stream on the way out. All 70 of you, have an amazing night. We will catch you tomorrow. Click on the link to join the VIP after show on behalf of the entire panel. Peace out. Good night.